Zola, a family pet, was on stage at the ceremony yesterday. Now her owner Matthew tells their amazing story. It was in December 2014. I was 55 years old. My family and I used to live in Toronto. I was keen on cycling, and I used to ride my bike in a nearby park very often. That evening, I had a long bike ride, and when I came back home at around 11:40 p.m., my shoulders and elbows were aching badly. That was strange because I usually complained about the pain in my wrists after riding. When I told the problem to my wife Patricia, who is a psychiatrist, she said we should arrange to see our family doctor. Actually, I thought it was not worth considering. Soon afterwards, I went upstairs to the third floor of our house, but my wife stayed in the living room on the ground floor with our daughters, Alice and Olivia, then 23 and 17. While I was walking up the stairs, I aimed to watch TV. I used to watch sports just before bedtime every day. After a short while, things suddenly became awful. The next thing I can remember is more than 20 hours later. I found myself in a hospital room. I was lying in a bed and there was a group of people by me. My family, my parents, a couple of friends, some doctors and nurses. Patricia and my daughters were looking at me anxiously. I later found out that I had a heart attack soon after I went upstairs. When I fell to the floor, Patricia heard the sound and believed I dropped something. She thought about calling up to me, but she knew I wouldn't hear her if she did, as I used to wear headphones when watching TV. So she kept on reading in front of the fireplace, and Zola was resting quietly at her feet. About a minute later, Zola started barking as if she went crazy. She was aggressively trying to rouse Patricia in order to alert her to the danger. That was not typical of Zola, so Patricia stood up. Next, Zola led her up the stairs to the third floor, and they found me there lying on the floor. When Patricia checked me for vital signs, she found none. I was dead. She immediately began CPR while my daughters called 911. When paramedics arrived in less than 8 minutes, they restarted my heart, and then they rushed me to see our family doctor the next day. More than 20 hours later, I woke up. After that, I had some operations, and eventually, I recovered completely. Fortunately, Zola felt that I needed help at that moment. That's the only reason I'm alive today. Now she proudly wears a brass name tag engraved with the words, "I saved my human's life."